Let's start by looking at the giants in the room. And of course, that's the issue affecting the manufacturing industry, which is the new fiscal policy measures. Can you bring us up to speed on this development, especially looking at the impact on the manufacturing sector?
Well, the fiscal policy measures for the year 2023 follows in the tradition of government issuing such measures to guide business. And for us in the manufacturing sector, it has remained one instrument of government that sometimes defines our profitability and is very important for our planning, for our projections, and for our expectations of how the business will run. So the one for this year came with a lot of concerns for manufacturers, particularly in terms of the excise duties that were escalated. But I think for us to better appreciate this, we need to situate it within the context of how the year actually came on board, the year 2023. Okay. We are all aware that we had some hiccups in terms of our monetary policy administration. There was the introduction of the new currency and the crunch that came with it. So it led to a lot of a lack of sales and disruptions in logistics and so on. So when you situate the excise duty increase within this context, is an aggravation of an economic situation that was not expected and should have led to an appreciation on the side of government. We now had a situation where the fiscal policy measures for this year has taken a departure from a pre-existing 3-year roadmap for escalation of excise from 2022 to 2024 in respect of alcoholic beverages, wines and spirits and tobacco. This escalation is coming within the space of less than 1 year after the roadmap was entered into, without an assessment of the impact of the escalation and without consultation about what the impact is going to be for the industries that are engaged in this business. As you are aware, and like I said, we already had a situation where there is unprecedented reduction in terms of sales for all the industries that are affected. And so when we have this escalation that is programmed to start even in May or June, we are having a situation where the very existence and profitability of those industries are being threatened. There is an expectation that if this is not stopped, and we are looking forward to even this administration reversing this escalation in excise, because if that is not done, we are certainly going to notice a drastic reduction in production volumes, which is going to be attended by even a lack of revenue for government. So the revenue that government is expecting is not going to get it because there will be reduced production and there will be less taxes that will be paid. Also, there is certainly going to be loss of jobs because it will no longer be necessary to increase your capacity utilization or for you to even maintain your capacity utilization because you are not going to be able to sell. If you continue to produce, you'll be producing at a loss. There's also going to be a freeze on further employment because there have been projections for expansion in the industry based on the roadmap that was agreed with in 2022. So all of that is going to be taken away, and you are going to have a freeze in terms of the engagement that we are supposed to have.